A good day to you, FBC, Merced, wonderful church. We're enjoying the live streaming and enjoy the company of those that we can fellowship with. My name is Ron Croft, and I love trees. As you can see in the background there, I have a bonsai, and I enjoy working with trees and in the pots. And it is an ancient art. It's 1,000 years or more old. It goes back to the Orient, but it is becoming more and more popular in America. And I've been doing it for several years, and I just want to share 3 thoughts that might encourage you through the day. The first one is that God is the artist. He is the one who has the vision, who has the plan, and who makes this with purpose. The Bible tells us in Romans 8:28 that all things work together for good to those who love God, those who are called according to his purpose. And so God does have a purpose for us. When a person who is a bonsai person who wants to work with a tree, he has to start by having at least a plan, a vision, or some purpose for having that tree and what he wants that tree to look like. You see, the tree will naturally grow and it will do what they are designed to do, but the bonsai artist has a vision for it. He has to have that vision, and sometimes it may take a while as he studies the tree and looks at it and then decides what shape and how to shape it. And so with God does the same thing with us. He has that vision and that plan for us. Now, we can have a vision for ourselves or a plan, but ultimately, it will not be what God has in mind for us, because God's vision and God's plan and purpose is perfect. And so we can trust God with that. And so the very first thing here is that God has a vision for us. We are his particular treasure, and we have value to God. And because of that, we can rejoice in that. We can, in many ways, allow God to work with us. He has the vision. The second thought is that God uses our weaknesses and our strengths. In other words, he has to work with our nature. The bonsai artist works with the tree, not against the tree. And there are many different things that we can do. We can wire the tree. We can break or prune branches if we need it to look a different way. And God is gentle with us. He forms us. He's doing things in our life like that. And so in many ways it can illustrate how God works in our life. He's forming us. So he has to work with the peculiar nature of human beings. Now, obviously we know in the Bible that God gives us his Spirit, which works hand in hand with our nature. Our nature doesn't always want to do what God's nature wants us to do, just as the tree doesn't always want to do what the bonsai artist wants it to do. And so God sometimes has to allow things into our life that force us, that cause us to be formed in a way that he sees as much better and more efficient, and of course ultimately has more value. The third thing that we see in this is that because it's a living art, it's constantly changing. Oh, it's nice, when you see a finished product, we say, wow, that looks so pretty and so beautiful and so neat, but it's not going to stay that way. If you just let it go, eventually it's just going to become a bush. But you see, God sees that in our life as well. God expects that change. And because there is growth, there will be change. You see, if there's no change, perhaps there's no growth. So the bonsai artist knows that there will be growth in the tree. So there will be constant pruning back and constant clipping back and things that the bonsai artist will do to keep the shape of the tree. And sometimes the shape will change over time. And as a believer, we change over time as growth happens. And the Spirit of God works in our life in order to accomplish that. And so I just wanted to share those three things with you and hope that that might encourage you through the day as you go through the day. That God has a vision for you. You have value. That He's forming you and He's working with you through your strengths and weaknesses. And also, there's change happening. And that change is a good thing. And so, God bless you through the day.